Part 3 of the heat temperature notes is on energy. And energy is something that you've studied in the past as well. So some of this, again, may be review. So the abbreviation we use for energy is NRG. I just love that. I don't know why. I just think it's fun. So what is energy? It's defined as the ability to work, to do work, or cause change. If something has changed, it's because some energy was used to change it. Now, we'll talk about this thing in class called the cringe factor. So hold on to that thought. Make sure you have it down, and we'll do some demonstrations in class on that. So energy can be classified, at least the ones that we're going to talk about now, into kinetic energy, which we abbreviate as KE, which is the energy of motion. If you don't like that abbreviation NRG, then write out the word. That's perfectly fine. And the energy of motion, kinetic energy, it depends on the mass of the object or the substance and its velocity. For now, we'll use velocity and speed interchangeably. So it depends on its mass and how fast it's going. Again, we'll do some demos in class to reinforce that whole idea. The second classification of energy that we're going to deal with right now is potential energy, abbreviated PE. This is a little trickier in terms of the definition. It's a measure of instability. What does that mean? Well, if you have a ball on the floor, it's very stable. If you take that same ball and put it on the edge of a table, now, is it possible that that ball could move and fall? Sure. So it's much more unstable on the table. So that's what I mean by a measure of instability. We'll, again, talk more about that in class. It depends on the condition or the position. Another example is a rubber band. If I take a rubber band out of the box, its current condition is that it's not stretched. It doesn't have a lot of energy. However, if I put it between my fingers and I pull, I've now stretched it. Its condition is different, and now it has some potential energy. It hasn't used it yet, but it's there. Again, we'll talk more about that in class. All right, moving on to the law of conservation of energy. And this is critical when we're doing calculations, okay? You have to know that energy cannot be created or destroyed. All the energy we use is already there. It's just in a different form. Okay? Speaking of form, energy can be transformed from one form into another. So potential energy can become kinetic energy and vice versa. Heat energy can become mechanical energy, which is energy of motion. We'll talk about all of these other things in class. And energy can be transferred from one object to another. So referring back to the rubber band example, when I first took it out of the box and it wasn't stretched, I then put it between my fingers and stretched it. Well, the energy that's now in the rubber band came from me. So I transferred some of my energy into the rubber band. And we'll do some demos. So that is the end of part 3 on energy. Make sure your composition book is up to date and refer to part 4. Thank you.